Naresh K and welcome to my video series on the 7 deadly sins of affiliate marketing. So in today's video, I'm going to be covering the first of those 7 deadly sins, which is all about niche clarity or not having enough clarity about your niche. So in a moment, I will be sharing with you a technique called the 3 P's approach, which will help you to really zero in with great clarity and to make sure that you are absolutely focused in your selection of niche. Okay? So without any delay, let's get into it. So if you've been in the online marketing world for any length of time, you would almost certainly have heard of this saying, the riches are in the niches. Now, I don't pronounce it niches, I pronounce it niches, which is why it doesn't really quite have the same ring for me. But nevertheless, there is great truth in that. Basically, this makes the point that the more narrow and sharp and focused you are in your definition of the market that you want to serve, the greater are your chances of success, right? Now, there are considered to be 3 large niches which are the most, or which offer the most potential. And those areas are health, wealth, and relationships. The only thing I would say is that they are not really niches because they are really very, very large areas. And within each of these areas, there are many, many different subsegments that one can serve. So really, they're not niches, but nevertheless, these are very, very large areas which offer great potential. So if you choose a niche in one of these 3 areas, you're likely to really, be successful at what you're doing, right? A niche is really defined, therefore, as being a subset or a segment of the larger market that is homogeneous within, which means the people in that niche are very similar to one another in the kind of problems they're facing or the kind of solutions they're looking for, but they're heterogeneous without, which means they're very distinct from people who are outside that segment and belong to some other part of the market, which may be looking for different sets of, which may have a different set of issues or looking for different kinds of solutions. Okay? Now, the thing to note about niches is that it should be narrow enough to be really distinct, but not too narrow. Because if it is too narrow, it may not have enough potential. It may not be viable enough for you to address as an affiliate marketer and earn a decent living out of it. So you may have heard the saying again, there is a niche in the market, but is there a market in the niche? And that's really, making a very key point that just because something is very narrow and focused doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be viable enough for you to address. There needs to be a market in that niche, right? So this is where I'd like to introduce the 3 P's approach, because this approach really helps to clarify thinking and bring you very close to a very clear definition of the market that you want to serve, right? And those 3 P's stands for passion, problem, and potential. Passion is simply asking the question, are you really passionate about the subject matter of that particular niche? So if it's weight loss, for instance, is that a subject that is close to your heart? And I know a lot of people say that it is not really important because as long as there is, a lot of people selling different products over there, that's fine. But I would still suggest that, it's very important to be passionate about the subject matter, because if you want to set yourself up as a brand among your followers and your subscribers, then they need to look up to you as some sort of an authority. And that can only happen if you yourself are deeply interested in or are passionate about that subject matter. So that should really be your first filter. I know, for instance, that some years ago when I started off, I tried doing something in gaming, but that wasn't really my area of passion. And I quickly discovered that I didn't follow it that closely because I wasn't passionate about it. And so I never became the kind of authority in gaming that I would have liked to be, which is why I decided to finally give it up. Okay? So passion is very important. The second one is problem. Does that niche have some problems that the people in that niche are facing, which you can address by virtue of the services or the products that you can offer? Okay? So there are, in any area or any niche, there will be a number of problems that people face. Now, if you are in a position to understand the problem and to be able to offer a proper solution to that or products to that, then that's the second P that you've ticked off. The third P is potential, which is what we've already discussed. Now, just because something is a topic that you're passionate about and a lot of people may be facing problem over there, does not mean that it is good enough to be a niche for you, because the third P means that there should be enough people who are willing to pay you or pay somebody for that particular solution that you're offering. Just to give an example, if you are really interested in music, let's say you are passionate about saxophone playing, and there may be a number of people who are passionate about saxophone playing, and they may all be finding it difficult to reach higher levels of saxophone playing or playing the saxophone. But would there be enough people on the internet who would be willing to pay you for a solution or for lessons to get them to different higher levels of playing of the saxophone? I don't know, but my guess is probably not, right? So you need to make sure that all three P's are in place, and only then does it become a really viable solution or a viable niche for you to address as an affiliate marketer. Okay, at this point, I'd like to share with you some broad areas that are very promising areas and the segments within them that actually constitute niches. So take a look at this and see if anything resonates with you, having put the 3P filter on yourself. Okay, so health is the first one that we had spoken about, and we had said that it's a very promising large area. Now within health, there are so many different niches that one can address. For example, you could take a weight loss or bodybuilding or fitness or yoga or detox, Pilates, aromatherapy. There are lots of different niches within the health overall area. Now, similarly, if you go to the next one, which is about wealth, within wealth, you could try and address the stock market trading niche, or affiliate marketing, or online marketing, which is a world in itself. Now, within online marketing, again, you could have separate segments which are large enough for you to address, such as topics on traffic, or tools, or email marketing, and so on and so forth. Cryptocurrency, insurance, these are all niches, large viable niches within the overall area of wealth. Or in the area of relationships, it could be about dating, or sex, or parenting, marriage, get X back. Again, there are a number of areas, niches over there that you can address. I've added on two more to the top three, two more areas which I feel are also very high potential. One is personal development, under which again you could have spirituality as another large segment. And you could, within spirituality, you have chakra healing, Ayurveda, law of attraction, all of those things come within the broad segment of spirituality. Alternatively, you could also look at, self-help as another area, under which you could have productivity, personal finance, motivational, public speaking, time management, and so on and so forth. And the other area that I would like to add on here is hobbies and entertainment, again, which, under which you could have a lot of really large viable segments such as gaming, woodwork, cooking, music, and so on and so forth. So these are all lots of different areas. You could just pick one of them depending on which one resonates with you the most. Great, I hope you found that useful. Please apply the 3Ps approach to yourself and see whether you manage to get greater clarity on the niche that you want to address. And if you do manage to get the clarity, please mention that in the comment section below. Or if you're facing a particular problem with any one particular P, then mention that also in the comments section below, and I'll try and see if I can help you find greater clarity. I hope you found this useful. If you did and you would like to get notified whenever I put up new videos about the 7 deadly sins of affiliate marketing, please click on the subscribe button below and you will be getting those notifications, right? So in my next video, I'm going to be covering the second deadly sin, which is all about not knowing your numbers well enough. Okay. So thanks a lot. Take care and see ya.